inside our earth. So in this module, the topics we will cover are interior of the earth, rocks and different types of rocks, rock cycle and minerals. So, what is inside our earth actually? The earth's inner portions consist of three parts: crust, mantle and core. The core is divided into two types, the outer core and the inner core. So the first layer of the earth is crust. Crust is the uppermost layer of the earth, and the crust is divided into two types, the continental crust and the oceanic crust. Next comes the mantle. Just beneath the crust is the mantle. Its depth is around 2,900 km. It is the largest layer amongst all the layers. Core. The core is divided into two parts, inner core and the outer core. The core is having the radius of 3,500 km, including the outer and the inner core. It is mainly made up of nickel and iron and is called knife. Ni for nickel and Fe for ferrous, which is nothing but iron. The central core has a very high temperature and pressure. The outer core is liquid in state, whereas the inner core is solid in state. Now let us come to rocks. Now what are rocks? The earth's crust is actually made up of various types of rocks. Many types of rocks. Any natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the earth's crust is called a rock. Rocks also can be of different colors, sizes, textures. There are three major types of rocks, which are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks and metamorphic rocks. Now let us learn about them in deep. First comes the igneous rocks. Igneous rocks. Can you ever imagine the lava coming out of the volcanoes? Lava is actually the fiery red molten magma coming out of the interior of the earth's surface. When this molten lava comes on the earth's surface, it cools down rapidly and becomes solid in state. These solid state matters which forms rocks are called igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are also further divided into two types. Rocks formed in such a way on the crust are called extrusive igneous rocks, and they have very fine grained structures. For example, basalt. The Deccan Plateau is made up of basalt rocks. Sometimes the molten magma cools down deep inside the earth's surface or the earth's crust. The solid rocks so formed are called as intrusive igneous rocks. As they cool down slowly and form large grains, granite is an example of such type of rocks. Grinding stones used to prepare paste, powder of spices and grains are made up of granite. Sedimentary rocks. Now what are sedimentary rocks? Many types of rocks, even igneous rocks, roll down and they erode, they break down, they crack, they hit each other and become small particles. These particles are known as sediments. Now these sediments are actually transported and deposited by the water, wind and many other things. These loose sediments are compressed and hardened to form the layers of rocks, and such type of rocks are known as sedimentary rocks. For example, sandstone is made from grains of sand. These rocks may also contain fossils of plants, animals, or other microorganisms that once lived on these rocks. One interesting fact is the Hawa Mahal and the Red Fort in India are made up of sedimentary rocks. Next are metamorphic rocks. Igneous and sedimentary rocks can change into metamorphic rocks under great heat and pressure. For example, clay changes into slate and limestone changes into marble. Now, what is rock cycle? You will be surprised to know that one type of rock changes to another under certain conditions in a cyclic manner. This process of transformation of the rock from one to another is known as rock cycle. You have already learned when the molten magma cools, it solidifies and becomes into igneous rocks. Now these igneous rocks break down into small parts, small particles, and are transported and deposited to a place where they are compressed and form sedimentary rocks. Now, these igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to heat and pressure. They change into metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks, which are still under great heat and pressure, melt down to form the molten magma. This molten magma again can cool down and solidify into igneous rocks, and the cycle goes on continuously. Minerals. Rocks are made up of different minerals. Minerals are naturally occurring substances which have certain physical properties and define chemical composition. Minerals are very important to humankind. Some are used as fuels, for example coal, natural gas, and petroleum. They are also used in industries. Iron, aluminium, gold, uranium, etc. in medicines, in fertilizers, etc. Now, minerals are commonly used to make karhat, a kind of a container to cook food, ornaments which we wear in our daily lives, lamps, hammer, bell, pan or tawa. Now let's have a quick recap of what we learnt in this module. Crust. Crust is the uppermost layer of the Earth's surface, and it is the thinnest layer of the Earth. The continental mass are called the sea land, ocean basin are known as sima. A rock is a natural mass of mineral matter that makes up the Earth's crust. Minerals are naturally occurring substances which have certain physical properties and define chemical composition. They are of three types: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Igneous rocks are further divided into two types: intrusive igneous rocks, and the other one is extrusive igneous rocks. Hope you liked this module. Please comment and subscribe to my channel.